nature of Nigerians. The moment they say there's going to be increase in anything, the increase will never be, the prices will never come down again. So since that time, we have been having this issue of hardship in areas of food supply and other essential commodities that are used at home. Now, coming to agriculture, we found that most people that are supposed to be in the farm, because of the fear of the unknown, everybody stays away. The present government in Ondo State, starting from the time of who has been able to bring the southwest, which is the Amotekun. The Amotekun have been trying with the support of the civil defense and other parastatals that are security outfits, agencies. They have been helping in that area. So, but that issue of food supply, you know, most of the time we expect supply from the north. And those people also, they are using their own strategy.
Exactly, because I don't know to also, it's also part of the issues that we need to trash today.
It's a 1 million naira question. One, agriculture is more encouraged in the north than the southern part of Nigeria. Why? Because those people are conscious of what they are doing. They have government support where necessary. They have all working implements. You can take, for example, people who needs old tractors, mostly those people that are doing timbering work. They want to go to the north and get used tractor. Whereas in the whole of this state, I don't think we have any functional tractor for now. But we are praying and believing that the governor will do justice to that. In order for, more so when we are facing serious challenges as far as food supply is concerned now. I think with the inauguration of the food and food security and something on agriculture, they've set up a committee that is to look into it and see how to ameliorate the problem of farmers and make food surplus at.
You have so many questions to answer here today, because I was also as State Secretary of a Tomato Association. We also need to talk about tomato. It's also on the increase. But before we go to that one, let's look at the analysis from the Bureau of Statistics. Food inflation in the country over the last 5 years show that in 2019, the food inflation was 14.67%. It rose to 19.56% in December 2020, but dropped to 17.37% in 2021. So what's also, would you say that there was no challenge in 2021 when the figure dropped from 19.56% to 17.37%?
You know, the challenges we are facing increases year by year. But for this year now, the issue of security is a little bit reduced. And as far as agriculture is concerned, in the southwest, we don't have enough support to produce what you are supposed to use, what you are supposed to eat. What you are producing may not even take you than taking your family.
So we consume more than what we are producing?
Yes. We consume more than 50% of what you are producing. Tomato, for example. We produce tomato here. Tomato we produce here, most people take their own to Lagos. Most people take their own to Shasha. Why? Because when you produce and you don't have market for it, you have glut.
Okay.
Now at Shasha, those people at Shasha will now fix another price. You can't take your produce to Shasha and sell on your own.
Well, can't a consumer come to your farm and buy?
They can do. But presently there is an arrangement going on. We are believing that prices of food commodities will get down this season because there is a market that is underway along Gondo Road. They call it farmers market.
Okay.
There different commodities will bring their goods to the market. People will come and buy. People from the office will come, they will buy.
They will get a farm gate price.
Yes,
okay.
At a very reduced price. But the other challenge we are having is still on that tomato. Now, a sachet of platinum, maybe 5 grams that we're buying at 5,000.
That's fertilizer.
No, tomato seed.
Okay.
That one is about 18,000. At the time it went to 30,000. At the time it went higher than that. You understand me now? And when you buy this thing, it is not automatic that you are going to get good yield. If you are not able to get the necessary herbicide and chemicals, the fungicide that you are supposed to use on the farm. If you don't have those things, you will just see after some time your tomato will bring out seed and wither away. So that is why most people ran away early this year.
Exactly, because there was somebody who also said that when we were not producing tomato, we were bringing from the north. Tomato
was cheap.
was cheap, but now that we are producing, the prices are also
very high. Tomato now, maybe 5 balls of tomato, they will say it's 500 naira. Some people, if it is the bigger one, they will say 1,000 naira.
But as I said, they said, I understand that a crate of tomato has also come down from 45,000 naira to 27,000 naira.
That is the good news. I have not been to the market today.
Okay.
You see, because maybe they brought some from the north.
Okay.
At this period that we are now, actually tomato will be dropping gradually because those in the north will be coming in now.
Okay.
From May, April, June, the prices of tomato will go up. When it is getting to July, August, it will come down.
So why?
The reason is that the people in the north will be bringing in their tomato.
Okay.
Then here, that dry season period here, you know, it is those who have irrigation that can produce.
Exactly, because I wanted to ask that. So why don't we start to think of having tomato all year round?
It is all the year round if you have the working equipment. If you have your irrigation, you have your pumping machine, you have where you can get water, tomato can go around the year. Almost all the crops can go around the year. Somebody said crops doesn't need rain, it needs water. So if you're able to supply water, you get what you want. But you can't be a tomato farmer without getting support, either from government or from cooperative or from somebody.
Because now that you mentioned intervention, because I don't want us to limit this discussion to tomato. I know we have rice, we have beans. As a matter of fact, beans is costlier than rice as we speak. So I don't know.
Yeah. I plant almost all the crops. I plant rice, I plant maize. I just want to go into beans. Now we don't know the problem beans is having. And like I read from a post on WhatsApp this morning that the Fulani people are trying to restrict food to this side. They want to take it out, but they were intercepted by the security agents. Every plan they have is to ensure that things are very hard for us over here, but we also are waking up.
Why should we rely on?
We also are waking ourselves. We are also waking up. In the olden time, farmers here doesn't rely on anybody from outside. If you plant your yam, you plant fertigate by the side. There is a beans they call fertigate. As you are harvesting your yam, you will be harvesting your. Then we have a kind of beans. Then when you plant it, even if you don't want it to dry, you just plug the raw one, tie it, and put on top of the yam pot. When it's
that's a preservation.
No, you cook it and start to eat fresh.
Let's look at the government intervention. The government, federal government, give points of intervention plan. We have this immediate release of fertilizers and grains to farmers and household. We also have synergy between Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Water Resources for irrigation and all year-round farming. Are we also getting these as we speak?
We are still expecting all these things you are mentioning.
Okay. The creation of National Commodity Board for price assessment and maintenance of strategic food reserve, increased security measures for farms and farmers.
We are expecting it. Like Osrc now, we are working tenaciously to ensure that we are able to bring things to the point where everybody will be convenient in purchasing. Prices to be reduced. Now, if government can prepare land for us, we farmers, if they can prepare land for us, put equipment there, and ask us to pay part of what they have spent on it, it will be easier for us to.
It's also part of the plan of government, activation of 500,000 hectares of land for farming and river basins for continuous farming.
It's still on paper. We have not seen the execution. The implementation has not taken place. So if it starts, sure, things will change.
Okay,
but
we have evidence that when we have these interventions...
If we have all these interventions, the work will be easy for us.
Okay.
If we have this intervention, we have security outfit outside there, we have good roads, we have all working implements. Things will be very easy. The chemicals that we are using, those that we used to buy 1,500 before is 4,500, 5,000 now. The family of Paraforce is now 6,000 plus. And to prepare an hectare of land, you use about 6 bottles. So 6 times 6.
So would you now say, because it's a big problem on our hands, the prices of
prices of food items. Part of what causes prices of food items is the cost of production, present cost of production. Before we have labor that we can pay 1,500, 2,000, but these days labor will collect 5,000 from you, and even to get them, those that are getting yearly labor, you bring them, they will get to Ado garage, you go and collect, they get to your farm. If it is weekend, before you get back on Monday, they have negotiated another person.
Well, part of the intervention is also this issue of palliative, coming from the federal government, coming from the state government, ensuring that the government actually questions the effect of the hiking prices.
Issue of palliative is a temporary measure.
I hope you are not throwing the line of the CBN governor.
You know they are the one doing the policy. If he can say it, you know if I'm saying it, I'm right by saying that. You see, if I'm hungry, all right, you have the capacity to empower me. You know, empowerment is different from palliative. You have the capacity to empower me. You didn't do it.
But what they did in those states actually, I also saw
the one they did in those states, the maize they gave it to the animal husbandries.
Okay.
The poultry farmer, the pig farmer, the fish farmer, the sheep and goat, and that is to boost their production.
Okay.
Then immediately the prices of egg reduced from 4,500 to 3,500 because of the maize that were given. At least a 50 kg maize will produce maybe 3 or 4 bags of feed, either layers, either growers, anything at all, depending on what you want to produce.
You said 3,500. Is that the current price that we buy eggs now?
Yes, it's
from the market
at a control price.
Okay.
If you go to the poultry, if you want to sell, they will not sell up to 3,500 for you.
Okay.
If you are their customer, you want to go and resell at the market.
Okay.
So maximally, egg should not be more than 3,500 now. That was the agreement we had then, and immediately they started it.
Do you have also mechanism to monitor if they carry out that agreement?
That is another difficult issue. If I sell out, except we have price control, task force that will be monitoring prices at the market. And I think we'll be getting to that level with time. We'll get to that level with time. That is when something you don't give to me, you can't ask from me. Right? Even if we are saying government should fix price now, if government did not empower the farmers.
It's not even about fixing price now. It's about the sellers coming to the farm gate to buy at 3,500 naira according to you. So ordinarily, that seller shouldn't sell higher than 4,000 naira.
Even if it's a large poultry farm, with the little palliative that they were given, they will get it a little bit lesser than that 3,500. If you want to sell, you can still sell at a price that is not going to be too exorbitant. But you know how people, they take chances. Yes.
That's the other factor. But the second phase of the palliative, because I also saw in the news, I saw implements and all of that. Would you say that that's also capable of bringing down the prices of the food items?
Sure. If those implements are given out immediately,
How do you mean immediately?
Immediately. This is when it is needed. If we are able to get it between now and next week, you know they've done the flag off. If it is given out immediately, a power tiller, if you are able to move it to your farm, where your labor is supposed to work for about a week, that power tiller will do it within 4 hours. That will assist us in production. Any moment from now, you start to prepare land for rice. So if you are able to get the swamp tiller, put it there, you turn your soil. It will reduce the cost of production. And the next thing that will be needed is the chemical.
But what can we do to ensure that we produce a mass production of food items? Because I also notice that because demand looks to me that it's higher than supply.
Yes, demand is more than supply. The reason is because there are not enough funds for the farmers to use. The farmers need grants or soft loan that can assist them.
We have windows of all of that with the CBN. Are you not
CBN
making use of them? You have windows of opportunity.
My brother, it is easy to say. To get them, you know, there are some farmers that are farmers on paper who are not real farmers. They are the most people that are enjoying.
So what's your association doing to ensure that the real farmers actually get?
By the grace of God, we have just been sworn in not quite a month, and we are believing that God being on our side, things must change. We will make the move. The chairman of my association is a known figure in the society, and at least with his influence we will move. We'll get to the central bank. If it means us going to Abuja, we will go. But our appeal is that we want all farmers to have one voice. If every farmer stays together and Osaka is moving, nobody is dragging it back, we'll get what we want. We'll meet with the minister, meet with all the desk officers of all these commodities in Abuja. Anything that is coming down will not be sidelined. Most of these things, when they wait, they don't see people from the southwest, they will push it to Nasarawa, to Kano, to anywhere in the north, because they believe those people are very close to them. And at times they want to give something to the west. The transportation, the transport cost will be more than what they want to give. So you'll be looking now.
Now, to also sustain your effort and the effort of government, what are you doing in terms of mechanized farming and also irrigation?
We on our own side, we can't do much. But of recent, we had a company that is promising to supply us with irrigation facilities, solar irrigation, and he wants us to be in cluster groups so that they will supply those things. The moment when you start to produce, you'll be paying back the money of the solar back gradually. If you're able to get that, things will become easier the more. Then in the Rice Association, the national body of the Rice Association has also been planning to get some companies down with chemicals. They will ask you to sign an undertaking. You work after you harvest, you pay for what you have, what you collected.
the price will also come down.
If government is able to assist, for now, some people bought some seed some times ago. The seed failed them. The seed failed.
Is that the issue of government?
It's going to be the issue of government, because if I buy a seed, I nursed and I transplanted, and this thing failed, you know, I may not be able to buy another one. So with the support of the government, with necessary fungicide, necessary herbicide, you will control your farm. You will give sufficient. Where you are supposed to use 2 spoons, you won't use 1, because you'll be at the losing end. So if you are able to go get all those things that will assist us in this work, things will go well. Then the roads to the farms should be taken care of.
I think government is also doing that.
This present government promised that they will do. And I was in a meeting, where this ramp, road and those things. They have awarded some roads, rural roads. You know, they can cover everything. So that is just it.
The last 25 minutes or thereabout, I've been speaking with Honorable Akin Okuni, General Secretary on the State Agricultural Commodities Association, who is also the State Secretary of Tomato Association, together taking a look at surge in prices